Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for Planet 5D and welcome to the Gimbal Wars Part 2. Last time we brought you a walk-off, a comparison between the Canon TV 7800 and Freefly's Movi M5. Of course, Freefly being the company really responsible for starting the 3-axis brushless gimbal revolution. What we learned in that comparison is that at 1/4 to 1/3 the price, the Canon TV 7800 was what we called a credible alternative, especially for one-man bands. It did not have the engineering that the M5 had. It didn't have the functionality that the M5 has for second camera operator, for tuning the software, for angle, for speed, for stiffness. But for simple stuff, you couldn't really tell the difference in footage. Of course, it's also true that there is a much larger and mature ecosystem around Freefly's gear, a lot of Movi operators out there, and really stellar customer service. Okay. A pile of people wanted us to compare those two gimbals to the just announced Ronin from DJI. We weren't able to make that happen, but it's okay, because today we have the newer, younger, smaller, cheaper brother of the Ronin M, and this guy, Canon TV's new Mini version 2. Now, you can already see the tremendous difference in size. What you may not be able to see, and we're going to show you, is just how far Canon TV has come in its engineering in just the last 6 months. But what you may already know is that at the same time that they've been working on the engineering, DJI has been working on price. And now, the difference between these two units is about $300. So, let's get to it and see how these puppies compare. The Mini 2 represents a quantum leap forward from the 7800. From the fact that it is now toolless to a re-engineered and squared off yaw bar that means one less movement to manage, a bubble level that makes roll balance that much faster, a complete redesign that places the wires and battery inside the frame for a super clean look, and more, the Mini 2 is a quality piece of kit which represents the current state of the art among Canon TV's gimbals. The problem is the Ronin M is the Megatron of this space. From the robust frame and motors, to an easily swappable battery with charge indicator, latches and fine adjustments that are one generation more sophisticated than those on the Mini 2, a wireless controller for second camera operator that comes standard, a Bluetooth-enabled iPhone app that allows you to auto-tune stability and set a pile of parameters just like the Movi's, a beautifully designed and collapsible stand all the way down to the battery charger. The Ronin M is a class act. By comparison, the Mini 2 is let down by its own peripherals, from a battery charger which doesn't look like it will age well to a less than stellar stand. But things aren't that straightforward, because you can download the free app Simple BCG GUI, connect it to the Mini 2, and suddenly you've unleashed the same tuning power as the Ronin M and the Movi. It gets more interesting from there. The Ronin M is a joy. Those details we just saw, they pay off. With a truly toolless setup, you don't have to worry about dropping a hex screwdriver or really anything else. It's almost a Zen experience. Fact is, you only have to get the balance close. The DJI Assistant app brings it home. But the Mini 2 is also toolless. It's just as fast to bounce, faster actually in this case, but I'll chalk that up to luck. And you don't need the auto-tuning to get darned close to perfect. In this instance, we were balanced almost a minute sooner than the Ronin M. The flip side, literally, is that we couldn't invert the Mini 2, ditch the stand, and balance it on its own handles. The reason? The new stop ring. Finally, just for grins, we balanced an iPhone 6. Pretty funny, right? But we were able to do it in significantly less time than it took to balance the smallest DSLR. Of course, in the end, it's about the footage. For this segment, we called up our gimbal expert, Sophie Parker, and tested 3 different camera lens combinations on the 2 gimbals. the Canon Rebel SL1 with Canon's EF-S 10-18mm STM lens, a Sony a6000 with their new 28mm f2, and, you guessed it, an iPhone 6 with native lens and built-in camera app. Judge for yourself. Didn't see much difference in the quality of the footage that each of these gimbals was able to deliver. Which really brings home the point to me that in the end, the quality of your footage is less a function of which one of these guys you choose than other factors, like the camera, the lens, the skill and experience of the operator. It seems to me that both of these gimbals, both manufacturers, are targeted at the exact same spot in the marketplace, but getting there through very different means. For Canon TV, it's about upping their engineering and design game, and they've done a stellar job. Are there things that they can still correct? Yes, there are. And then you have DJI, which is riding the experience curve and driving that price way, way down. And wow, this is $1,000 cheaper than its bigger brother and gives away just about nothing for a small one-man band, for smaller cameras. I mean, really, both companies, kudos. I actually preferred carrying the Mini 2 because it's just so light. But I absolutely loved the app for auto-tuning and for fine-tuning the parameters that the Ronin M has. Really, at the end of the day, both of these are freaking amazing machines. I'm Hugh Brownstone for Planet 5D. See you next time.